everyone, welcome to Mediumship by Picasso. My name is Picasso Roberts, and I want to say thank you so much for stopping by my channel. This is going to be Spirit Message for the week October 3rd through October 9th, and what a stinking week last week was. So I'm glad to be here. Before I start in with the Spirit Message and doing the card pull, I would like to take a moment and send as much love and light and good positive energy to those that have lost loved ones in the hurricane last week. It was a very large hurricane. It was a very fast moving hurricane. And albeit knowing that these things can happen in Florida, it doesn't make it any easier. I happen to be, myself, I'm on the northeast side of Florida, and I knew, being where I am, I would get tropical storm, not necessarily hurricane. But for those people that lost literally everything, they lost everything in that storm, please take a moment, and if you can just say a prayer or send positive energy that way. Anything else that you can do, great. That's beautiful. We'll talk about that a little bit more. Hurricanes are nothing to play with. I've been in a few myself, and I've been in a few on land, and I've been in at least one on the water. Actually two. Well, I evacuated in like 4 back in 04 or 05. I can't remember. But I rode one out offshore, and weather is nothing to play with. It's very intense and very dangerous. Now, that being said, I would ask those that stand in judgment for those people who stayed behind and stayed in the storm and rode it out, don't stand in judgment. Everybody does what they need to do for them and for their household and for their families. And sometimes that means the loss of life, and sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes it means the loss of property, and sometimes it doesn't. Not everybody has the financial wherewithal to just up and take everything and, take what they can carry and go. And not everybody has not just the money, but the energy and the emotional chutzpah it takes to gather yourself and get the hell out of the way. It is not easy. It's overwhelming, knowing that's coming and knowing that you can't do anything about it. It is frightening and just scary. And so many people, and I did this in my earlier years, stood back and watched the Weather Channel over and over and over and over again. It can freak you the flip out. It can freak you out. So please know that everybody makes their decisions for the reason they make them. Don't stand in judgment and have a little of understanding. And it's so crazy. Before I sat down to meditate and get the spirit message for the week, I kept hearing stamina. And I'm like, all right, well, guys, what do you want me to do with that? I don't know why my voice is. You want me to talk about stamina? And apparently they do. So let me just have a little sip of tea. My voice seems a little scratchy today. It doesn't feel scratchy, but it just sounds scratchy. All right. So I'm going to read, they were talking about stamina. So I'm going to read the message, and then after the message, I'm going to do a pull from John Holland's deck, the Spirit Messages, which was a gift from my friend Sam. Thank you, Sam. And then I'm going to do, my poor little box is just beat up. But I'm going to do a pull from my deck. I'm no angel, but I'm trying. So I'm going to do one from each deck. I'll do my deck first, but let's get into the sauce, shall we? Because we need to. So today's message, just by the way, I'm going to try to hold my shit together, but when I was writing this out, it was very emotional. I do like a little automatic writing with Spirit, and the tears just were rolling. So there's a lot of emotion connected to this message, and I hope that it is something that makes sense to you. So here we go. Stamina. This is a Spirit message for the week of October 3rd through October 9th. Lean in, dear ones. Lean in and feel. Lean in and listen. It will be your heart that you hear the loudest. We gave Picasso the word stamina to get her in alignment with what is needed here today. Stamina, in the way that you would understand, is correct. This is the time to roll up your sleeves and help your loved ones. Help your neighbor. Show your true colors. Now is the time for people to know you and to know what you are made of. You bring light to darkness, and you don't even realize just how much it is that you do. We know now is a time when people have so little. It is to be this way for a reason. It is to show the more and less. The haves and have-nots are equal whether they like it or not. Now is the time to show the world how you are so closely the same. You know, even when the money doesn't flow, the love and the caring does. So roll up your sleeves and lend a hand, be it in a small way or a big way. Lead with love, lead with compassion, and those lives you touch will know to follow suit. It starts with one. Please let it start. Look around and choose a kindness to use. Don't give up on you. You have it in you to do this very thing. We will give you opportunities to step up. Take them. Choose wisely, for we are waiting on you. We are waiting on you to do this very thing. Remember how you want to be remembered, and you will be remembered. We love you. We are with you now and always. It's really hard not to cry during this message. Let me just tell you, there's some emotion in there. Holy batshit. There's a lot of emotion in those words, and I have a hard time holding my stuff together when it's that emotional. What they showed me in the beginning of this message is just literally going out, rolling up your sleeves, check your yards first, check your space first, make sure it's good, make sure things are okay and safe, and then walk around with a rake in your hand, or walk around with, I don't know, bags to help bag stuff up. Check on your neighbors, make sure they're okay. There are a lot of things that you can do. Even if it's not physical, if you can't go out and do physical stuff, then donate some money. If you've got it, don't break your bank and make yourself in a bad situation, but help as best you can. For me, I don't have funds to just throw out the window. However, I do have physical ability, so I'll be checking in with some people to see what I can do, and this is a start right here. I mean, I know it sounds really simple, and yay, Picasso, that's what you do anyway. Well, yeah, it is what I do anyway, but I'm hoping that it helps just a little bit more, and help you focus in on the things that you need to focus in. When Spirit led with stamina, I was like, uh-oh, you're going to get on me because my ass is lazy lately. But hopefully, when you hear this, if you're able to help people out and show a little compassion, it will help you remember who you are, and it will help you remember that we're not here alone, that you're here to be there for each other. If it's not family that you feel like you can help, don't worry about it. If it's a neighbor across the street, do that. Do what you can. Do the best you can. And then just know that Spirit's going to give you some opportunities to help, especially this week with all of the things that are happening. Ian took a toll. That was a badass storm. And for those of you who have never been in a storm, it's pretty frisky. For me, in Florida, I've been through some pretty hectic storms, and in the Caribbean, I've been through some hectic storms, and in Panama, I've been through some hectic storms. It is definitely not easy because you don't know what's happening. You don't know what's gonna come flying through your path, and or on your head, or is your car gonna float away? Is your pet gonna float away? That's anything can happen. So for those that held the energy during that storm, I thank you very much. And I tried to do the same thing as well. People kept checking on me and, are you okay? Are you okay? I'm good. I'm on the other side of the state in the north. Yes, we got flooded. Yes, it got messy, but my area was pretty okay. It's in the old towns and things like that where there's nowhere for the water to go in Florida. There's nowhere for it to go. This is a lowland, and there's no water rolling downhill because there's no hill. It's just ocean and flatlands and Everglades and things like that. So anyway, send some energy that direction for the Gulf Coast of Florida, and do the best that you can to help out. All right. Okay. That being said, I'm going to have a sip of tea. Oh my God, that's so good. And then we're going to get right into the card pull for the week. Let's see what we got. And then I'll make a couple of quick announcements on the back end here. But let's start. Let's start with a card pull. Oh, I saw you. Okay. I love my cards. I'm so glad that was too much. I'm so glad that my master guide gave me the boot in the butt to get these cards done during COVID, of all things. I guess what else am I going to do during that time, I was doing massage therapy at that time, and there was, of course you can't, my mobile business, you can't go out and do anything. So we got 2 cards, but I survived. I'm still kicking. Okay, so the first card is, I put it on the side. Boo. Connect with spirit. Connect more with spirit. That doesn't mean you have to go to a haunted house. Just connect in the power that is spirit. It's all you need. So I love this because let me just tell you. There are so many ways that spirit tries to get our attention to help you understand that they're there for us. And I absolutely love that. As I was going to sleep last night, I heard the spirit rap, right? I'm like, oh, I'm going to sleep. What are we doing? And then immediately somebody came to mind, somebody that I know that had just passed in the past couple of months or whatever. And she showed me her daughter. And I am supposed to keep an eye on her daughter, and I am supposed to stay connected to her daughter. Whether her daughter likes it or not, sorry, it's going to happen. I promised her that I would do my best. I promised my friend that passed that I would do my best. She came in last night, and I'm like, but then she left me alone, so it was good. But what they're saying is, when you hear those little signs and symbols, pay attention to that. Sometimes it's going to be a spirit rap. Sometimes it'll be a feather in your path, a coin dropped in your lap, or in your car when you just cleaned your car out. It'll be a license plate in front of you that's a repetitive number, 444, 333, 555. You're going to get more 1111s, things like that. These are all really powerful numbers. And if you're seeing them or things are coming in your path like that more often than not, There's a reason for that. So pay attention to it. What do you do with it? I don't know. Listen. Listen to what you feel like you should do with it. You don't need to have everybody tell you that this is the right way. Trust your intuition. If it's 333 and you feel like it's your mom or your child that passed or your dog that passed that is like trying to reach out, or spirit's trying to get you a message about something, it probably is. So honor that. Everybody has the ability. You just got to turn the volume up a little bit. Okay. And here's the next one. Get it? Soulmate. There is more than one, so love the one you're with until you don't. Make each other happy until you can't. This takes effort, so don't be a wuss. I have seen a lot of this lately. People staying in relationships because they think it's the right thing to do. If you're not happy, assess your situation. If the person you're with is not happy, assess the situation and make changes amicably. Put your big girl pants on or your big boy pants on and do the right things so that you're happy and so that person is happy. Doesn't have to be in anger. They're like, don't always go to anger. Anger does anger does initiate change, but it doesn't have to be angry. You don't have to be angry to make a change in a relationship. It can be amicable. Do what is good for your soul. And then once you make that change, gosh, I know you guys hear this because there's so much of this happening. Do your utmost best to honor what you've already been through with the person you're with. And if change needs to happen, let it happen. Do it together rather than, butting heads and being angry at each other. And, Spirit's telling me that it's not just about romantic relationships. This is also about family and friends as well. If it's not working out, it's okay. It's okay. You're going to probably feel the hurt or sadness or sorrow of the loss, but remember that everything happens for a reason. And then when people leave out of our lives, that clears the space for them to go on and do the things that they're supposed to do. And it also clears the space for you to be able to bring in new energy for you in your life, and that you get to do the things that you're supposed to be doing. It doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad thing. This does not mean that Spirit's telling everybody to break up and all of that. What they're saying is be happy. Soulmate. There is more than one. So love the one you are with until you don't. Make each other happy until you can't. This takes effort. So don't be a wuss. That was this one. And then the first one was, boo, connect with Spirit more. Listen to them. They have something to say. They're there to help you. So don't be shy. Talk to them. They're talking to you. Don't be afraid. And everybody can do it. It doesn't take necessarily somebody like me to come along. You can do this as well. Just talk to them. They're there for you. Especially if you were particularly close. They're not going to leave you. They're very close. Very, very close. Okay. So next deck. This is the Spirit Messages deck from John Holland. I have never taken a course. Well, yeah, I have. I took a course course online with John Holland and Pam Coronado, two very talented psychic mediums. If you ever get a chance to see any of their work or take any of their classes or read their stuff, I highly recommend it. Oh, there we go. There's one. Any more? No, any more? Just one. Just one today. Just one from John's deck. Let's get that in there. Whew. Serenity. And what I hear with this card is find peace in your heart, serenity. Spirit's talking about the turmoil that people hold inside, and the self-blame. You know, you would typically say people are like, I blame him, I blame her, I blame here. But no, Spirit's not talking about the blame of others. They're talking about the blame you put on yourself for making wrong choices or making wrong decisions. They're saying, find peace in your heart about the decisions that you make. Look, we all get where we're supposed to be no matter what. Sometimes we take the long way around, but what else are you telling us about that? Yeah, they're showing me like when you hold that in, they're showing me it's like turmoil. It just sits there and bubbles and bubbles and bubbles on your heart. And then it makes it harder for you to find joy. And that is a problem because the lack of joy is hard on your heart. You know, there are emotions connected to all the organs in your body, and the one connected to heart is joy. I had this issue actually not all that long ago where Spirit kept saying, you know, find joy, find your joy, find your joy. And it was coming out in different, minute illnesses and things like that. But it was all about joy or not having enough joy in my life. Once I realized that and recognized that, I paid a little bit more attention. It takes time for me. I'm slow. I'm a little hard-headed. So even though I get the message, you know, for me, it takes a little bit of time. But what they're saying is focusing on the turmoil that you have that's just literally just swirling around on your heart. Stop it. Stop that. Because you're pointing the finger at you. Don't be so hard on yourself. Don't be so hard. We have to learn in different ways. And look, if you're purposefully out there hurting people, then fine, blame away and stop hurting people. But if you have hurt others or hurt yourself in your life lessons, on your journey, don't be so hard on yourself. Let go of that self-blame. There's no room for that. You got to let that go. And be okay with letting it go. It's not doing you any good. What else with that? And they're showing me something that absolutely brings joy to me. Animals. They're showing animals and petting animals. So I have a cat. So it's a cat for me. If I could have dogs, I would have dogs. But for me, it's a cat. If you have dogs, squish on your dogs, love on your dogs. Love nature outside. Even the critters that you wouldn't want hopping up in your lap. Just love all that they are. It will bring you joy to focus in on that part of nature and let go of the junk that doesn't belong. It's really important that you do that. It's important that I do it as well. I'll be first in line, first to admit that I do, sometimes hold on to stuff, but I'm better at it and I recognize it now. And if it's one of those moments that I need to sit down and work on forgiveness and acceptance and all of that, letting stuff go, then I'll do a little extra work on it. I encourage you to go out and be there for your neighbors. Even if it's just a little thing, don't worry about it. Little things matter. Just recognizing that somebody is in need of help is a good idea. So that's it for the spirit message. That is it for the card pull for the week. That is from Monday through Sunday, October 3rd through October 9th. And I will tell you that I just did a gallery event the other night at Amici Italian Restaurant. And I want to give a shout out to Amici's and Freddie and Jen Underhill. They're the owners of that restaurant. let me just tell you, it takes a lot for a restaurant owner or a business like that to open up to people like me doing what I do. Venues are not easy to come by in this particular state, in this particular town. St. Augustine really doesn't quite know what to do with people like me, who are bringing real dead people, who are bringing spirit from the other side. They have a lot of stuff going on with, ghost tours and things like that. It's a little Disney, but it's a business. I give them that. Everybody has to make a living. But I want to give kudos to Jen and Freddie Underhill at Amici Italian Restaurant for opening their doors and creating this venue for somebody like me to come in and bring spirit in so that the messages can get out to their loved ones so they can heal, and so the people in the audience, if you will, can heal. It is an amazing thing. It was a smaller crowd than normal because people are dealing with the hurricane stuff. But let me just tell you, there were some great messages that came through. And I am so super grateful that I was able to be a part of that. And it looks like we're going to be back. I'll be back in October. We're looking for a date right now. I'm going to be in Port St. Lucie on the 15th and 16th with the Spirit Fest event. I'll be doing mini readings all day long. So that's a Saturday the 15th and Sunday the 16th. In November, I'll be over in Tampa at the Body Mind Spirit Expo. So I'll give you more information about that. Listen, October is a great month to book me for a private party. Book me for a private reading. You can get me at mediumshipbypicasso.com. You can get me on Facebook at Mediumship by Picasso and on this here YouTube channel. So I hope you enjoy the message this week. I hope it helps. I hope it makes sense. I want to thank you, all you new subscribers. Holy cow, I don't know where you guys came from, but hallelujah, past the mustard. Thanks for dropping in, and thanks for being a part of this channel. I am so grateful. It is helping me achieve my goal, albeit slow, but I'm getting there. So I appreciate share. Don't forget, if you dropped in, to hit the subscribe button and like it if you like it. Leave a comment. A lot of people are doing that, and I'll answer quick as I can. And that's it. Let's all do the best we can. Roll up your sleeves this week. Don't forget. All right. And everybody, just know that you're loved and take care of each other. All right. Peace out.